Hello, I'm Orhan Gaybov. You're watching AzTV News. A trilateral meeting was held in Washington between Azerbaijani Foreign Minister Ceyhun Bayramov, his Armenian counterpart Ararat Mirzoyan, and U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. The meeting took place within the framework of the NATO summit. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs released information on the meeting of the foreign ministers of Azerbaijan and Armenia held in Washington with the initiative and participation of the U.S. Secretary of State. It is reported that the parties noted the progress achieved in the direction of concluding the historical agreement on the establishment of peace and interstate relations between Azerbaijan and Armenia and agreed to continue the work in this direction. In preparation for the upcoming parliamentary elections, Azerbaijan is undertaking a series of preparatory measures. It is estimated that 6,334,444 voters will elect their representatives to parliament. At the next meeting of the Central Election Commission, a number of matters were discussed, including the preliminary arrangements for the electoral process. It was also noted that any individuals found to be in violation of the requirements set out in the Electoral Code will face severe penalties.
In advance of the forthcoming early parliamentary elections scheduled for 1 September, preparations are underway to facilitate the voting process at over 6,400 polling stations across 125 electoral districts. Furthermore, the number of polling stations is increasing in the territories liberated from occupation. The number of individuals registering as observers is also on the rise.
Azərbaycan yegane ülkedir dünyada.
In Azerbaijan, the observers didn't get the answer no, which is pretty unusual. It's really important to have transparency in elections and to make sure that media structures are able to operate freely. Azerbaijan is the only country in the world where media structures aren't registered to observe elections. Journalists just need to show their official ID to cover the elections. One of the most important things for holding fair, transparent elections is socio-political stability in the country, and we have that. Delegations from all continents are arriving in Azerbaijan to observe the elections.
In terms of voter numbers, the latest statistics as of 28 June indicate that there are 6,334,444 eligible voters in the country. Ensuring that all candidates have equal conditions for election campaigning is also a key aspect of the electoral process. Appeals received during the electoral process will be considered in a timely manner. In the event of any irregularities, the prosecutor's office will take the necessary steps to ensure that the relevant legislation is duly enforced. In the lead-up to the elections, it is of utmost importance that the relevant authorities uphold their responsibility to maintain public order. The Ministry of Internal Affairs will take all necessary measures to prevent any illegal actions. Furthermore, the Ministry of Justice, which is involved in the process of updating the voter list, will ensure the accuracy of the information contained in the population register.
The inauguration of Iran's newly elected president, Masoud Pezeshkian, will take place on 30th of July. This was announced by Muqtada Yousefi, a member of the Iranian parliament, according to the Tasnim agency. The new president must present his agenda and government within 2 weeks of his inauguration. The approval of the ministers represented before the final session of the parliament in connection with the vote of confidence will be discussed within a week. Masoud Pezeshkian outlined 18 criteria for candidates for the 14th government, covering a range of issues such as the constitution and the rule of law, the development of the judiciary, the avoidance of ethnic, religious and regional factionalism, and meeting the demands of women and youth. In addition, the agency noted that Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei has appointed Sheikh Ahmed Motahari as the representative of East Azerbaijan province and Imam of Jummah on Tabriz. The U.S. continues to work for diplomatic resolution between Azerbaijan and Armenia, the U.S. State Department spokesman Matthew Miller said during a briefing. We continue to work for a diplomatic resolution, the U.S. State Department spokesman underscored. The United States of America has changed the forecast of oil production in our country for next year. The Energy Information Administration of the U.S. Department of Energy predicts that in 2025, the average daily oil production in Azerbaijan will be 660,000 barrels. In the same year, the daily production of oil and other liquid hydrocarbons in our country is expected to reach 610,000 10,000 barrels, which corresponds to the previous forecast. Mobile services Asan Khidmat are provided to the residents of Khojaly. The liberated villages of Shusha, Malebeli and Gushchular were included in the administrative territorial division of the Khojaly region. Therefore, it became necessary to change the permanent registration address of these villages. For this purpose, the State Agency for Public Service and Social Innovations formed special mobile teams. The mobile Asan Khidmat provides services to more than 150 residents of the Gilavar Sanatorium in the village of Pishagı in the Sabunchi district and the town of Shusha in the village of Ramana. You can get in touch with us through our WhatsApp and Telegram accounts at 051 511 1956, through which you can report events you encountered, as well as share your suggestions and remarks. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye.